Okay, so real talk. There was a point in my life where I could sit down at 9 p.m. and then I would blink and it'd be 4 in the morning and I had eaten nothing but Mountain Dew and sheer determination. I was a gamer. Capital G, no notes. And then life happened. Job, responsibility, the audacity of other people wanting my time, rent, sleep, whatever. And slowly, like painfully slowly, I stopped playing games. Not all at once. It wasn't dramatic. I didn't have a breakup with gaming. It just kind of ghosted me. Or maybe I ghosted it. I don't know. It's complicated. But here's the thing. I missed it. Like, genuinely missed it. And one day I looked at my gaming library. It's like 50 plus games, most of which I got on sale and didn't even open. And I thought, I'm getting back in. I got 30 minutes. I don't care. Let's go. And what I discovered completely changes how I think about gaming as an adult. When most people say that they don't have time for gaming, is what they really mean is they can't justify sitting down for 3 hours and playing a game, which is fair. That's a whole Lord of the Rings movie. That's meal prep for the week. That's, I don't know, cleaning your room. But here's the thing nobody tells you. You don't need 3 hours. You just need to pick the right game for the amount of time that you do have. The mistake I see a lot of people make, myself included, is trying to jump back into a massive open world RPG with absolutely no plan. Like, you boot up Red Dead Redemption 2 after 2 years of not playing, you have 45 minutes, you forget every single control, you accidentally shoot a lady, you get kicked in the head by your horse, and then you turn it off, feeling worse than when you started. That's not gaming. That's a hostage situation. So I had to learn how to regame. And it started with 3 very specific games. First up is Apex. And before you say, oh, I'm not a battle royale guy, hear me out. Apex is perfect for limited time gaming for one simple reason. A match has an ending. You drop in, you loot, you get absolutely destroyed by a sweat lord with 9,000 hours that's jumping around like a damn spider monkey, and then it's over. It's clean, it's finite, it's done. The longest a match can possibly run is maybe 25-30 minutes if you're in the final ring, and realistically, most of us are dead in about 10. And I say that with love. I'm not a great Apex player. I want to be clear about that. I have the tactical awareness of a golden retriever in a parking lot. But that's kind of the beauty of getting back into gaming, right? Every match is like a fresh start. There's no, ooh, I lost all my progress. You just play and play again. I would literally play one match after work and then just turn it off. And it scratches that itch. That fast-paced twitch, that heart-pounding, oh no, 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 no. Energy that reminds you of like why you game in the first place. Or you could just set a timer for 30 minutes and play 2 matches and walk away. Done. It's the espresso shot of gaming. It's small, it's intense, and it gets the job done. And now we do a complete 180 because the next game is Stardew Valley. And if Apex is an espresso shot, then Stardew Valley is a warm chamomile tea at 9 p.m. when you just want the world to stop. You just vibing. Here's what makes Stardew Valley genius for short sessions. The in-game day. That's your unit of time. One day in Stardew takes about 15 to 20 minutes, depending on how you manage your time. And the game literally makes you stop. At 2 a.m. in the game, your farmer passes out. Face down, wherever you are, middle of someone's house, in the mines. The day ends. You don't get to keep going. The game forces a natural stopping point, which honestly, respect. You wake up, you water your crops, maybe go fishing, you talk to the villagers, you try to figure out why Haley still doesn't like you, even though you've given her like 1,000 sunflowers. And then it's nighttime, and then you go to sleep and you save. That's it. That's the session. One day, 20 minutes, you feel accomplished because you actually did stuff. You grew parsnip. You mined some silver. You lived a simple life. And then you close the game and go make dinner. I started playing one day of Stardew right before bed. I used this to replace my doom scroll. I would brush my teeth, I'd get into bed, and I'd play one day only thinking of the game. That would help my overactive brain to not think of everything that could possibly happen tomorrow. Can't be bothered with tomorrow. I'm trying to catch some fish, bro. The structure of Stardew Valley is almost therapeutic when you're time limited. There's always something small to do, the day creates natural save points, and you never feel like you have to keep playing. You just do, because it's cozy. Because you just got a chicken coop and Gus became your friend and now he's sending you meatballs. Okay, so Final Fantasy Tactics. The game that looks like it was made in 1997. Because it was. Somehow, this game has more strategic depth than most of the games that have released in the past 5 years. Final Fantasy Tactics might seem like an odd pick for short sessions because it has a reputation for being like a lot.
Men with parasite.
The story alone feels like somebody adapted a Shakespeare play but made it about crystals and church conspiracies. That's part of what makes it great. But here's the secret in the sauce. The battles are self-contained units. One battle, that's your session. You set up your team, you execute your strategy, you watch your black mage cast Fire Aga on somebody who absolutely deserved it, and then it ends. You save, done. Unlike action or open world games where just one more thing leads you down a rabbit hole for 2 hours, Final Fantasy Tactics is turn-based. There's no urgency. You can literally put the controller down mid-battle and go make a ding sandwich, and nothing's gonna happen. The enemies aren't going anywhere. They're still gonna be sitting right there, waiting for you to come back. It's also the kind of game that makes you feel smart. You flank an enemy, you trigger a chain reaction, you're sitting there feeling like a 5-star general who's winning the war. But in reality, you're just sitting on your couch in your pajamas at 11 p.m. But the vibe, the feeling, immaculate. Chef's kiss. So here's where it gets interesting because I didn't expect this to happen to me. After a few weeks of these short sessions, an Apex match here, a Stardew Valley day there, a couple Final Fantasy Tactic battles before bed, something shifted. My brain remembered. It remembered what it felt like to be in a game. That specific feeling of being interested, engaged, curious about what happens next. And then one week I had a free afternoon, sat down with Far Cry 6. I didn't move for 3 hours and it felt amazing. Because here's the thing, the short sessions weren't just killing time, they were removing guilt. I had made time to play games. It's rebuilding the mental muscle memory of being a gamer. Like how you don't just start running a marathon. You run a mile first, and then 2, and then suddenly you're doing something that you wouldn't have thought you were able to do like just a month ago. The games with built-in time limits taught me to game with intention. One match, one day, one battle, and that discipline ironically made it easier to deep dive when I finally had time. So let's talk about where this goes, because the end goal isn't only to ever play 30-minute sessions. The end goal is to get back those games that you've always wanted to play but felt too guilty. Far Cry 6, once you're back in the habit, is perfect. Every mission has a start and an end point. The open world is huge, but you can dip in and out. You go liberate checkpoints, you blow up some dictator's car, pet an alligator named Guapo, and you save. Done. It rewards both short and long sessions, and it doesn't punish you for leaving. It's awesome. Terraria? Oh man, Terraria is what happens when Stardew Valley has a baby with atomic crops. It's got that same one more thing loop. You dig a little deeper, you build one more room, you find one more bit of ore, but now you're doing that in the dark with a pickaxe with something horrifying chasing you. And once you've trained yourself to just do one thing per session from your Stardew days, Terraria becomes totally manageable. You set the goal, you do the goal, you leave the cave. Done. And then there's Hollow Knight, a crown jewel. A game that seems too hard to play, too steep for a rookie like me. After retraining my hands with Apex and my brain by beating Final Fantasy Tactics, Hollow Knight was in my sights. 60 hours down the road, I locked in for the final battle and it blew my mind. I felt unstoppable. If you know, you know, and if you don't know, then go find out. Right now. I'll wait. Just kidding. Do whatever. The game gives you save points, like little benches riddled throughout the map. Usually one at the beginning of an area and one right before the boss of the area. That's your session. You just have to see them as checkpoints instead of like, ugh, I have to stop here. Manage your time. Save your mind. Look, I'm not gonna pretend that adult life magically gets easier or that you'll suddenly have hours of free time. You won't. That's just kind of the deal. But gaming doesn't have to be an all or nothing thing. It doesn't have to be 3 hours or nothing. It can be one match. It could be one in-game day. It could be one battle before bed. And if you stick with it, letting those small sessions rebuild that part of your brain that loves games, you might just find yourself 3 hours deep into Far Cry 6 on a Saturday afternoon, completely losing track of time. Which is honestly the most alive I've felt in years. Get back in. The games are waiting. Guapo the alligator's waiting.